Try to forget something you already know. 99.9% of the people in the world are video-minded. Just see yourself leading a gigantic egg on a leash like a dog. I saw a gigantic clam walking toward me. You might see yourself opening a gigantic book and 1,000,000 lighted cigarettes fly out and hit you in the face. You might see yourself smoking a book. You're smoking a book instead of a cigarette. You might see a gigantic shoe smoking. Of course, you are smoking a shoe instead of a cigarette. Of course, I know people smoke anything nowadays, but I think we could draw the line. You might see a gigantic shoe typing. That's silly. That's ridiculous. 1,000,000 typewriters are growing on a tree instead of leaves. They were growing on what? On a tree, of course. I know you know that. A tree is typing. Gigantic typewriters growing in your garden instead of a tree. You're watering it, and as you water, it grows like a tree. Whatever. You're putting a tree into an envelope and sealing it. What was a gigantic envelope doing? You might see yourself using a shirt instead of an envelope. You might see yourself putting on an envelope instead of a shirt. You're putting on a pair of scissors instead of a shirt, and it's stabbing you and hurting you. Or a gigantic pair of scissors is putting on a shirt, pimples, dimples, warts. I don't care. But all those pimples were really gigantic grapefruits. A gigantic pair of pants, nobody in them, just the pants, with a big saw on it. I was strumming what? A sock. I saw my arm fall loose. Arm fall loose. Where did it fall? Right into my belly button. Tree, 8 E's. Punch a train. Mangle an arrow. Throwing a piano. Law, like a judge's gavel. Raining. See it raining policemen. A bent weather vane on his face instead of a nose. That's all. And I'd see that high forehead being a garden. What's growing in that garden? Stethoscopes. A bunch of pucks flying out of there. I get violent sometimes because I'm a pacifist. Hockey pucks flying out of those lines or the forehead, ripping that forehead apart, and they're all shivering because they're cold. Are you working along with me? Are you trying to do this? Raise your hand if you are. Good. I know I'm not there, but I want the people with you to see that you raised your hand, and I want you to see that they raised their hand. Stop trying now, because I didn't want my father to belt me when I came home with bad grades, you see. I have forced you to grab your mind by the scruff of the neck and say to it, darn it, pay attention. I could start my own country. Not that I'd want to with some of the people I've met. Truth of the matter is I try to forget most of them as soon as I get the check, you know. Slapping yourself in the face hurts. Do it now. If this is anything like my live seminars and lectures, I'm sure you're laughing now and saying, are you crazy?